So, lads, I watched this game yesterday, and I'm going to say this right now. This game was a Steph White disaster class. Look, the Valkyries won that game early in the game. That game was over when it was a 20-point game early. And the Fever fought back because the Valkyries stunk. The Valkyries stunk. It's as simple as that. The Valkyries absolutely stunk. And that is a big, big reason why they won that game. Like, Stephanie White left them open to start the game. It's as simple as that. Like, everyone's like, oh, this team shot 60% from three. Outside of a step back from Janelle Salon, they were all open shots. Like, they decided not to guard Ileana Rupert. Ileana Rupert is leading the WNBA in three-point percentage. Like, I understand, okay, yeah, she's a center, but she's a sniper. And not only that, like, why is Natasha Howard leaving her open? Ileana Rupert is the reason why there's games where Natasha Howard sits her ass on the bench for Merson. Like, Rupert's so good that she's rated higher than Natasha Howard overseas. She plays every minute of the game, basically, for Merson, whereas Natasha Howard shares minutes with Tiara McCowan. But, like, she had 21, she had 17 points against the Wings. 5 of 9 3-point. 3 of 6 against the Phoenix Mercury with 9 points. She's averaging 9 points, but, like, all she does is shoot threes. Look at her 3 points attempted. 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 0 of 3, 3 of 5, 4 of 5, 3 of 8, 0 of 1, 1 of 6, 2 of 4, 0 of 4, 4 of 4, 1 of 4, 3. Like, she shoots nearly 50% from 3. And you left her open. And you tactically left her open. Janelle Salon she shoots like 36% from 3, but all of them are tough shots. Like, she takes really tough shots. Like, Carla Late, she's a player you leave open because she can't shoot for shit. Letitia Meher cannot shoot. But, like, you don't leave Kate Martin open. That's the only thing she does. Like, Tammy did Tammy things. She went toe-to-toe with Leah Boston and won. But, like, why were they tactically going zone and leaving players open? They were leaving them wide open. This is a team that shoots the most threes in the league. And the only way this team wins games is because of their three-point shot. Like, if you guys haven't watched a lot of this team play, they win games because they get hot. Like, if they get hot, they win games. If they're cold, they lose. It's kind of as simple as that. It's a simple process when it comes to, it's a simple process when it comes to the Vox. If they miss shots, they lose. And if they make shots, they win. But instead of Stephanie White going out with the tactic of, we're going to try and make these difficult shots, it was, we're going to leave them even more open and pray they miss. And, like, that tactic won them the Commissioner's Cup. I understand it. That tactic from Christie's sides won them the game against the Liberty last year. But we saw it too much last year. We saw it way, way too much with the Indiana Fever. We saw it way too much with the Fever last year, where Christie sides had a really, her main tactic was, in big games, we are going to leave the other team wide open, and we're going to hope that with the big crowd, with the cheering, they get tight and they start missing shots. Like, that is not how you win basketball. It's kind of as simple as that. Like, that is, it's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. But, yeah, it's just annoying to watch because it's not a tactic that's going to win you games. And also, like, why do we have to watch coaches that insist on playing reactionary coaching? Like, we saw it, and it doesn't matter whether Caitlin's on or off. If this was something that the Indiana Fever did when Caitlin Clark, if they did it with Clark, if when Caitlin Clark was there, it was different. And they tried to impose themselves on games. It would be something. It would be something. But they don't. They play reactionary basketball. They do everything is to stop the other team and to try and make the other team lose. Why can you not just go out and win the game? Which we did in the second half against the Atlanta Dream when Caitlin Clark and Stephanie White into a shouting match going into the locker room. Why is it? Why is it that we have to play reactionary basketball? Why can we not just say, we've got the best players on the court. We have the two best players on the court. Let's make them play our game. Let's make sure Kelsey Mitchell and Leah Boston are able to get theirs. We have the more talent. Because they do. The Indiana Fever had way more talent last night. Everyone's like, oh, the Indiana Fever, all these players are injured. Who's the best player in the Golden State Valkyries? Kayla Thornton. Kayla Thornton's injured. Who's the second best player on the Golden State Valkyries? Ceci Zandalasini. Ceci Zandalasini's injured. Who's the third best player on the team? Veronica Burton. Fair enough. Who's the fourth best player on the team? You could argue either Salon or Mo Billings. Mo Billings is injured. Half of this Valkyries team is injured. Valkyries have more injury issues than we do. But they still took the game to us. They still take the game to teams. They still win games rather than try not to lose games. For me, that's just the most frustrating thing to watch about this Indiana Fever team, is they're so scared to lose. Stephanie White is so scared about games, is that her entire game plan is based around what the other team want to do. And it's worked. It worked against the Minnesota Lynx in the Commissioner's Cup. It worked, but you don't coach the Connecticut Sun anymore. You don't coach Alyssa Thomas. You don't coach DeWanna Bonner. You don't coach Dejanay Carrington. You don't coach Bree Jones. Trying to make it a grinded out, ugly game. Trying to bet on the other team missing shots and you guys just making it almost like a hostile environment in the game and they tighten up. And then game planning out one or two individual players when it matters. And just hoping that if you game plan for one or two players, the rest of the team isn't going to work or isn't going to do anything. Is not going to work against teams like the Valks. It's not going to work against modern basketball teams. It's not going to work against the Dream. It's not going to work against the Valks. It might work against the Phoenix Mercury purely because of how reliant they are on Alyssa Thomas. It's not going to work against the Aces because they, for better or for worse, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray, and Jewel Lloyd in any given game can start cooking. It's not going to work against these teams. And it didn't fucking work against the Valkyries. It worked against the Sparks because the Sparks are just a your turn, my turn team. It's not going to work against good teams. And we know it's not going to work because in the playoffs, you have to basically have a team on a bad day multiple times. If your tactic is, instead of we're going to try to win the game, is we're going to try to force the other team we're going to hope that the other team has a bad day so that they lose the game. That is not going to win you in the playoffs because, yes, the Lynx had a bad game in the Commissioner's Cup final. The Lynx have had bad games. We beat them. They're not doing that 2 of 3 games. They're not. If they have they're not playing badly 2 out of 3. And you better believe whoever we play in the second round, if we somehow fluke it against the Lynx, are not going to play badly 3 and 5 games. It's just scary, the tactics that she's using. And the philosophy of we're going to leave shooters open and pray they miss is scary as a coach. And I understand it's one of them games. I think Stephanie White has done a good job. There's no argument for her for Coach of the Year. Absolutely no argument. But at the end of the day, I don't think she's done a bad job given the circumstance. I think she's done a good job. But this is not going to win, especially when Caitlin Clark's there. If you have Caitlin Clark in your team, the only way you win is by imposing yourself on the other team. You cannot be reactionary with a proactive, fast, run-down point guard. Because if you're reactionary and try to slow it down, Caitlin Clark becomes useless. But anyway, I'll see you guys.